Hello! Okay. Audio should be working on my end. I need to get Discord audio working. Give me one moment, please. Okay, let me change this. Properties. Discord, add executable. Okay. Can you speak? Also, what do you want to be referred to as?
Shy.
Shy. Okay, awesome.
One check, audio check.
Wait, keep talking?
The dog jumped over the lazy fox.
Yeah, they should be able to hear you.
1, 2, 1, 2, chat, hello.
Okay, awesome. So, hello. Hey Alex, hey Neilist, how you guys doing? We're going to be working on a Pirate the Software Game Jam submission. So the theme is It's Spreading. Let me pull up the jam page real quick. The theme was announced as It's Spreading. We've done a little bit of, like, preemptive design work, but we haven't gone too far into it. So today we're going to try to sink our teeth more into the actual design aspect of things. It's going to be probably less programming, more design work. So, you said that you put some ideas into a document, correct? Was it in the initial design document?
Yeah.
Okay.
In
awesome.
the ideas one. At the
All the way
bottom.
down. Okay, awesome. I'm going to read these real quick. So, just to give you guys at home a little bit of context, our team seemed to really like the idea. So the theme is It's Spreading, and our basic idea is that we're going to be spreading religion or religious influence. So that's what all of these notes are about. And then Shy, on his own time, added some more notes to this. How do I design your itch page? I'm not actually sure. This is a very well designed itch page. I'm not actually sure how to do that, but you can create a new itch page and mess with it. It's all CSS. Okay, so concept art. Creating the visuals for one. Creating the visuals for one mechanic game. Okay. First person interviews, interviewing believers, followers of priests, finding among them who to be elevated or assigned proper task, find who is an unbeliever, convince interviewer to accept religion. Hexgrid. So these are different, like, ideas that you came up with, right?
Yeah, they're mostly based on Papers, Please, on like the loop of you only have a window and whatever changes is like the person, and keep looping. You're interviewing a person, you're approving or disapproving, and going to the next. And I also wrote in the references Inscription, because it's kind of like that some of the time. But
Okay.
that has like the twist of it, obviously, is the card mechanic. And there's a new one that's copying Inscription called Buckshot Roulette, which is basically the same, just instead of cards, you pass around a shotgun. But it's basically visually the same.
It's what?
It's visually the same, the free reference.
Okay.
Because I went from visual point of view first.
Okay. So, interviewing believers, and then also Hexgrid, where temples in one spot, other places with followers on another, character is a prophet. Going between places, spreading the religion is visibly spreading over grids. Okay, interesting, yeah. I think that, like, our initial brainstorming session was definitely leaning towards the Hexgrid. Also, Alex said...
Alex Person Thing Redeemed suggest a song. Shelly Fire, Will You Snail?
Okay, Shelly Fire, I'll start playing that. Yeah, no, a horror game where the darkness is spreading would be really cool, actually. That's a really interesting idea. I don't think we're gonna be pursuing that, but you should try to make a game. That'd be really fun. Why not? Okay, Shelly Fire. Okay. So you have a bunch of references here. Sin is an attribute in this element, that's Kings of Israel. Moving a prophet to a city reduces the amount of sin. Signing a courtship, or city kings. Yeah, signing a court chaplain to a province to do tasks according to its attribute. So these are just like a bunch of different mechanics from different games, and then this is like reference art.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I mean, the reference art mostly because I didn't want to put one specific game, and it's mostly based on King of Israel, which is a board game, and the rest of them are kind of similar mechanics. They just delved into every other game that has religious themes or religious mechanic or some kind of religious part of it that has like a cool thing. Like I mentioned, Civilization, obviously it has like religious stuff, but specifically when you start your religion, you choose a specific type of worship building.
Yeah.
Like changes your religion. So I just mentioned it because it's like a specific cool thing that you can build on or try to do something with it.
Okay, yeah. I know that, like, we, in the brainstorm session last time, talked a little bit about something like that. That's interesting, okay. And then, also, Total War Warhammer, factions are armed by corruption effects. Taking hits to public order, your faction often have buildings that reduce corruption. Okay, so it'd be like fighting off corruption. Miracles and rewards. Punishments based on the player's alignment shape the religious aspects of the game. I don't think I've ever seen black and white. Oh, it's this. You did show a little bit of this. Okay.
Yeah, it's 91, so yeah.
And Code of the Lamb, based on assigning followers tasks, or to be sacrificed, followers lose mood according to those attributes. Yeah, I played a little bit of Cult of the Lamb. Cult of the Lamb was really interesting to me because it tried to mix like roguelike and also city building aspects, which is really weird. Made for a very interesting game.
Like a lot of indies, it takes something classic, builds upon it with like a twist, using some other mechanics out of its charm.
And then Cultist Simulator, I don't think I've ever seen this. Various actions to recruit followers, conduct rituals, and explore the cult. Focus on an esoteric and mysterious aspects of running a cult. See Groudeb Eagle. Okay, interesting. And then Aztec. Hybrid beat-em-up strategy with religious elements. Okay, I'm not familiar with many of these, so let me watch these trailers real quick.
And the bottom ones are also like honorable mentions, just like they caught my eye, the theme, the visual theme, and like special stuff that they do with religion that doesn't appear in like mainstream Crusader Kings, Civilization, etc.
Okay. And X-Year Total Warhammer, hell yeah, absolutely. Warhammer series is bonkers. You know, this song isn't really my thing. I don't really like electronic music all that much, but not a bad song. Okay, let's watch this real quick. Okay. I'm currently looking at Cultist Simulator. This one's super weird. Wait, so it's like a deck builder? Like you craft cards and then you use those cards to do different things? Like different events?
Yeah, that's the twist. Yeah, it's like a kingdom management game, I think, just with cards. Or maybe it's more of a visual novel as well. It has like very story-driven.
That's super weird. Okay, what's Shrouded Isle? Let's watch this. So this is like a religious town management sim, kinda. Very interesting. I've never seen this before. I haven't seen like a lot of these games. Pulled them out of the woodwork. What's that?
A lot of thanks to ChatGPT, but I searched first on Steam and some insights on Steam sites.
Give me a moment to watch this. Interesting, okay.
This is Ben Reese. City and Empire sources when unwanted. The game ends when you've lost your last warrior when descent. Each agent costs resources to use and they get more expensive.
So Aztec, it's like a...
over time. Items can be used. Every Empire game is different.
It's a colony manager, it's like an Empire or Civilization type game with beat 'em up aspects?
Yeah, the fighting between the nations is beat 'em up.
That's super weird. Okay. So you kind of go between like two modes to where you're like managing your empire and then fighting. That's super cool. Okay. Huh.
Yeah, and you can see in the reference and the screenshots on Steam that they have like a manage fighter screen that has like cool iconography that we can use.
Yeah. What is Ruus? Okay. Ah. Control giants to shape your planet to your will. Create mountains, oceans, forests, and more. Enrich your planet with plants, minerals, and animal life. There's only one thing on the planet you do not control: mankind, with all their virtues and their vices. Very interesting. Okay. So this is more on like the indirect control. So I know that there's so many things. Okay, wait, I'm looking at all these real quick. So we have Cultist Simulator, create your own religion and a sandbox god simulator. Oh, this looks super interesting. Okay. Various religious archetypes. So you kind of spec into a specific play style. Xer, you know all of these? How? I feel like these are super obscure.
By searching, by researching. But
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, most of the first ones obviously are one word that were on the top of my mind.
Mm-hmm. So, how do you want to go about this?
Like you planned it. I mean, just do you and use it as references, ask me stuff. We can work together at collab, or you can just do it and then feedback like we planned.
I know that so there's the Figma Jam thing. I feel like we could probably use this to do like some basic like design outlining and just like getting concepts down. I've never used Figma Jam, so I presume it's probably pretty similar to Figma. Asks to edit. I sent a request to edit. Can you accept that?
Yeah, just a second.
And then I think if we're both on the Fig Jam page, we can edit it at the same time, right?
Yep.
Okay. There's even a pen tool. It's awesome. It's an infinite canvas. Perfect! You can wave. I love that you can wave by just, like, shaking your hand vigorously. Very funny. Whee! More like I wish that everything had this. I wish in Google Docs if I shook my mouse furiously, then it would wave. Just not a thing though. It's so sad. Yeah. Tell me when you sent over the or you accepted the request.
Yeah, I mean, I'm on it.
Okay.
Apparently, the phone app only allows to view.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Are you on your phone?
Yeah, just for easiness,
Okay.
so I can walk around.
Yeah.
Pace.
Do you plan on sitting down and like actually? Okay. Yeah. Yes. There you are. All right. Send over the request. Whee! Little hand. So neat.
I need to assign this draft to a specific team. Just a sec.
I feel like I can entertain myself for hours just by moving this little hand around. I don't care if he's entertained by this. It's entertaining. Look at it. Look, it's a little hand that you move around. And it has, like, physics. Like, it interpolates between, because you can go whoop, whoop, whoop. I think it's a little bit smaller. Okay, there we are. Oh. It's reloading. Perfect. Visualize. Show me! Show me. This example. Wait, this is awesome. Wait, this is so cool. Why is this not just a normal Figma feature? Wait, why isn't this a normal feature in Figma? Figma, what are you doing, man? How do I get rid of this? I can get rid of it like that. I want a triangle test. And then I want another triangle test 2. And then I want a different triangle down here. This is exactly what I want. Okay, this is fantastic. So... and then we can do normal things, like have... I think that we can go like a different color, like a white color here. And then we can add text boxes to it. Okay, this is fantastic. This is everything I've ever wanted. Okay, let's get a different color in there. Let's get like gray. Actually, let's get like a not disgusting dark blue. I'm covering up your 100, I'm sorry. Okay, so I feel like there are like a few different ways that we can go with this. We can go like... we can have either like an RTS genre, we can have... whoa, wait, what is it? Okay, so text is T. Could be like RTS. We could even do, you're talking, or you showed a lot of like colony management, which is kind of an RTS.
It's more overworld than levels, basically.
And then we could even like technically, I mean, so, and then there was also like the interview one, which is very interesting. I don't even know what that would be categorized as. Like a story one, I guess? I don't know. Branching story?
Which
what
one?
even is... what is
Which
Papers,
one?
Please? What is... just genre is that?
I would say... yeah, it's kind of story-driven, yet like the dystopian theme is very heavy. I would say it's kind of survival, because there are like day loops, and you lose money according to your actions, and you can die. Your family can perish.
I feel like the point of... yeah, I mean, it does have, like, game mechanics, but I feel like the actual... like, it's fundamentally more story-driven than, like, gameplay-driven, I feel like. I feel like the gameplay serves the story more than the story serves the gameplay.
Yeah, I guess, I mean, the inspection is just a game loop,
Yeah.
basically.
Could be like a card-based game, a card deck builder.
I mean,
then-
yeah, but it's. I mean, yeah, it's kind of genres its own right now. But
Well, no, I'm
we
talking.
can have cards. But yeah, you're dividing what we wrote down.
Mhm.
But yeah, definitely. I mean, it's a mechanic.
Yeah. Could be
I
deck
mean,
builder.
everything else, except story-driven, everything is a mechanic.
Yeah.
By the way, you can do magic.
Wait, how?
If you select everything, and on the right side of the new bar, like if you jump at the top, you'll get it. Yeah, you can. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, this is fantastic. Oh, this is less fantastic. Wait. Oh no. Wait. Okay. See, I can be story driven. I know you're trying to. You can be like a deck builder. Wait, why is the font off? Oh, it's because this is medium.
I'll fix it.
medium.
I'll
Okay.
fix it. Just
Okay,
right.
fix.
You're the type.
Okay, awesome. I'm gonna type. Okay, so
Shit.
we could have a deck builder. And we could also, we could technically have like an FPS, where like the player has to like shoot the power of God into people, shoot faith into them. That would be silly.
Okay,
That'd be super silly.
It's very first person. Yeah.
Hmm?
It's first person. It's not like first person shooter. You can
What?
still spell FPS. It's
Yeah,
not a
yes.
first person shooter.
What would be? I'm saying you literally shoot people with holy bullets. You infuse them with
Oh.
God.
Okay. Okay.
I'm literally
I
just throwing
get that.
ideas now. We can.
Yeah, definitely.
We're ripping all this apart anyway. None of this. Nothing I'm writing down actually matters. Besides the next process. So we can
Or-
do something like
yeah.
that. What other silly things can we do? We could.
Oh yeah, like
You
just
could-
mechanics. I mean, shoot them up. I mean, that's FPS.
Yeah. It could be like a shoot 'em up.
Or a beat 'em up. It's kind of.
It could be on the
Infer-
crusade.
Instead of,
It could be like a beat 'em up where
yeah.
yeah, you're fighting for like a holy war or something.
Mhm.
Crusader on a holy war, on a holy war in a holy war. And then these are more like, I guess you could, for story driven, I'm just gonna move that out of the way. I don't really feel like that categorizes very well. We could have like an RTS, like a deck builder. These are more like strategy games. Like when I'm thinking about, like, whoop. Like kind of on the, like, let me just type this out actually and make this small. So have you ever seen this specific model? Shai, have you ever seen this? Shai? Okay. Anyways,
Oh, sorry, I was muted.
oh, sorry.
Yeah, I'm seeing.
Yeah, so something like this, where we can kind of place like, it really depends on what we want to do, but we can have like, oh come on, where, I don't understand how to use this tool quite yet. There we go. Okay. Nope. It can be like, for instance, if we were to do like an RTS, like these up here, these are more like mental calculation. RTS is a lot more chance. Or not an RTS. Deck builder would be probably more like chance. What is really the experience that we want to give the player? Like, what do we want our players feeling when they're actually playing the game?
Well, management, I think, shined the most.
I know that, yeah, we were thinking a lot about management. But, well, change the color of these. No. How do I do that? How do I do that? Can I just make a line? Oh, goodness. How am I confusing myself so much? Okay. There we go. Line. Perfect. No, wait, I don't want that line. Ah! I'm fighting with the tools. How do I move this up?
Which one? Tell me.
I want this to be on top.
Oh, right click, bring to font. Or square braces. Or you can also do like a, I don't know, black background maybe. No, you can't do a background.
Right click,
Okay,
bring to front.
bring to front.
Wait, what?
Maybe just make it
Okay, there we
bigger
go.
and see
No,
it.
don't make it bigger. Don't make it bigger. Make it smaller. Okay. There we go. I figured it out. I'm beginning to believe. Perfect. Oh, this is so bad. There we go. There we are. Okay, so a deck builder is going to be more like... It's definitely going to be skill, but there's still going to be quite a bit of chance in it. It's going to be pretty much all mental calculations. Really no physical dexterity there. Same with colony management. And kind of same with RTS. Like, in RTS game, there's really no... I'm just writing them again. I want to keep them in different categories. But like in RTS, like there's very little chance. It's pretty much all skill, right? So
Yeah.
like on this continuum, where do we...
And maybe closer to dexterity, but still in mental calculation or just like...
what is the physical dex... I guess there is physical dexterity in a real-time strategy game. If it's like a turn-based... If it's like turn-based, then there's like none.
Yeah.
So like... Turn-based strategy. I'm just gonna write it out. Turn-based strategy. And that would be like all the way in that corner. FPS, these are all gonna be like physical dexterity. To where... Like an FPS would be like pretty much just skill, physical dexterity. And then shoot 'em up would be basically the same thing. And then why are it's getting formatted weird? I don't like that. Okay, and then yeah, beat 'em up would be the same. Yeah. So kind of where do we want our players to sit on this? Where do we want our game to sit on this continuum? Because we can... Like, we can do a bunch of different things. We could have an RTS, which I know that we were thinking a little bit about with, like, the hex grid, although the hex grid's more, like, turn-based.
Like so. I think. It has to have some chance. I think, or some variables, like some basic stat, and then some percentage that you have to, I don't know, for success, or percentage, like you elevate, you bring the percentage up. Like if there's like 10% Christian, 20% Muslim, and so on.
I'm using Figma. This is Big Jam, specifically. Figma's great, I love it. Yeah, so I know that when I was talking with Remix and Steve, Remix seemed to be very into the idea of indirect control, to where it would be like a strategy game where it's like basically all mental calculation, but there's still like a little bit of chance, to where the way that he made it sound that he wanted the game kind of to work would be like, you have control over how different things in your religion work, but not what the individual people do. So if you have like a group of followers,
So
and
yeah,
then
that's chance.
yeah, and then adding to that, I was talking about like The Sims, which I don't know how familiar you are with how The Sims actually works, but The Sims have like different bars. Like they'll have like a hunger bar, or can I actually just make a bar here?
Yeah, they have different needs and not just like a main one.
Yeah, they have like a bunch of different needs, and depending on like how their needs are currently being met or not being met, then they'll do different things. So like they have like a hunger bar, or they might have like a tired bar. And if their tired bar is higher than their hunger bar, then they're more likely to like go to bed. Or if their hunger bar is much higher, then they're more likely to go eat. And if they're really bored, then they'll get entertainment. And I think that we can do something kind of similar, to where we can have like... We can have...
4 variables that basically calculate your mood or your reliance, your lenience towards our religion.
Yeah, we can kind of do that. Honestly, like, that's kind of nitty-gritty stuff. What I really want to focus on right now, and I'm kind of worried about, is specifically... I want to focus on, like, some overarching core mechanics. Like, what do we want the core mechanic of our game to be?
Well, obviously spreading the
It needs to be spreading religion. Let's just...
we could do the spreading and like different stuff, but the religion is still like the game loop is still spreading the religion. I mean, we could do that the scene is spreading, or that other religions are spreading, but we're still like influencing the game to get our way. That's at least how I read what we talked like in both of the meetings.
Yeah. So it's cool
I mean,
if you guys...
because we couldn't incorporate like other stuff that are not on the table, like monster spreading and all those stuff. We can still somehow mechanically put it in the game if we still like it.
Okay, I'm setting a 5-minute timer real quick. It's cool with you. If we could just for 5 minutes, just literally list off every single mechanic that we can possibly think of that could work for this game. Okay, so setting the timer. Let's go. Okay, so, indirect control of followers. Follower traits. It could be... We're talking about, like, protecting a temple. And feel free to just blurt stuff out. Also, chat, feel free to add to this, okay? If you guys have ideas, type it in. So... mechanics, we could be protecting a temple, it could be, like, one, or the player versus mini opposition, it could be the player versus one, like, player versus one enemy. Followers need to eat food, because Medi suggested that. Shy, you there? Shy?
Yeah. I'm writing. I'm in my table.
Oh, you're at your table. Okay.
Yeah, I'm already writing down.
Okay. I'm over here. Oh yeah, followers could need food, so like followers need certain resources to stay following. They'll speak some sort of way with phrases that fit their religion. Could have like languages? That'd be interesting. Languages? These are like colony management or things like that, like RTS or strategy. Could also be like a deck builder where you get a hand of cards and then have to play them to boost your religion and hinder other religions. I'm about to put mine over here. Yeah, there we go. We got a couple minutes left on that timer. I like the interview one. You are like, you are a, or just you control.
I mean, if it was only, if only I would have decided I would do the interview one, because no, I'm hyped over it. It's kind of original.
I think that'd be really interesting, yeah. So you try to control the minds of the people with through religious institutions. It would be like you are a religious dictator, basically. And you have to stop people.
I mean, why? Inquisitor, I think.
From leaving for following other religions. Is Inquisitor the right term?
I mean, yeah, he inquisits.
Okay, you are an Inquisitor. Inquisitor, there we go. Okay. Okay, that was the timer. So what do you have? Bars of attributes that contribute to mood, acceptance of state. Temple has different qualities that affect temple location in the city towards other cities geographically. Temple has needs more followers. Temple provides special resource, special export community prosperity. Faith fervor, holy warriors raiding other temples train special warriors. So this is all like very RTS focused, it seems, or like strategy game focused.
Yep.
How would that work with the game that, like, how would the interview system work?
Like with my ideas, or
Yeah.
just the interview? Well, if we're an inquisitor in a temple, okay, so we need to accept believers, and there are believers with bad traits, and there are believers with good traits for the temple, and some of them may be elevated to be a warrior, or they will complete, the believers or the people in interview complete certain temple needs. You know, you're accepting them to your new cookie religion about spaghetti monster.
Okay. So
I can go on.
yeah, no, continue.
No, I can go on and on.
Well, I want to hear all your thoughts, so go ahead.
I mean, I'm just paraphrasing what I wrote with like what you wrote to me.
So
And I can say the same about deck builders. It's just deck. It's just cards.
okay. So here's it seems that we're like really thinking a lot more about like the strategy design space. And it seems like we want to make some kind of management game, right?
Yeah, but we don't want to develop a management game. I mean, we can still go towards action, or just like take the management feel and twist it with a different element to spice it up.
Why don't we want to make a management game? What do you mean?
Good. You don't? I don't. I mean, that's exactly what you wrote. It's management game. Yeah, but I don't know if you want to develop one because it's a hassle. We could do it like very small and see where we at next week.
Yeah.
See if we could do a management game.
I don't see a reason in stopping ourselves. We just need to make sure that the scope is actually like we just need to not go bonkers with the scope is the problem. It needs to be like a very tight gameplay loop, because otherwise, if we let too many secondary mechanics kind of like go off, then we're going to lead to some problems.
Yep.
So
I think also one of the cons of doing that, by the way, now that I think of it,
yeah,
is that if we get to a middle point where we do have a loop, a good loop even, like it's really fun, but we don't have the time to really develop it. Like even if the loop is small and we just need to scale it up, I'm not sure if we'll get to the point where it looks really a good, like let's say a full game, quotation marks, because it's still a game jam. But I mean, just like one level or two, it could look like could feel like disappointing to the judges.
That's
like
entirely possible, but
if we do it small and it looks small, like the loop is really, I don't want to say small again, but and there's a lot of levels, or there's a lot of different iterations on the loop, it will look more hefty, like the game will have meat.
I understand.
And presentation-wise, I think it's important.
I get what you're... So basically what you're saying is you're worried that, like, even if we develop a, like, really strong core mechanic and, like, core gameplay loop, you're worried that there's not going to be enough content to actually justify its existence, basically?
Or it will just look like a very demo-ish thing and not like a finished product. Like what? Because if you remember what I said in the first meeting, more the second important thing for me is to finish it. Like at least it looks like it's finished. Because if we had like a one mechanic with lots of levels, it would look finished. It would look poor maybe, and we would supplement it with art and music and everything. I love your washi tape.
Thank you. My worry with that line of thinking is, I don't know, like, obviously this is a game jam. At some point we kind of just have to make a game, but I don't know how much we should really worry about having enough content. Like, I feel like the core gameplay loop is really what matters in a game jam, at least in my opinion. I usually like focusing on the core gameplay loop, and then we can always add, like, more content. Like, the worry is scoping too big and then not being able to add everything. Which is your worry that we're not going to be able to add everything, or you're worried that we're going to have a really good core gameplay loop and then not have enough content to fully flesh that out?
I mean, that would be the most disappointing thing, that we made it, but
really
we didn't finish. But obviously, if the game would be just small or poor, it's less worrying, it's less of a bummer. But yeah, I mean, I think we're on the same page. The loop is important, and No, we know. I'm after what you said, I'm agreeing.
Okay.
I'm just saying that if we get to the point that we get a loop, it's small enough, and we have that time to give that extra content, extra polish, whatever it is,
Mhm.
I think we're set. That's where I want to be.
Okay.
That's why I'm like scoping it, like why I'm pulling to the scope side of the spectrum.
Okay. So the way that I really want to design this is I want us to get like a core gameplay loop down really fast. Just something that is actually like playable. We can give it to testers and then kind of refine that.
Test it.
Yeah, or play test it ourselves or whatever. Try to refine that. So after we have just like a core gameplay loop, which is really just like a super basic prototype. And we should probably only like focus on a couple of mechanics.
Yeah, like one and everything else that infers it, basically.
Yeah,
No,
like
if we like in the grid idea, we do the move function, and then where it finishes its move, bunch of stuff, effects. That's the loop.
I'm sorry, what was that?
I meant as an example, like a base mechanic or a game loop is just like a movement across a grid, and when he finishes his move, at the tile that he finished it, his move, he can do effects. You know, that's like a secondary thing, but the mechanic is move. And everything else is like variables that every stuff has, every tile, every player.
Sure, okay. So yeah, I want to focus on the core gameplay loop and like our like core mechanics. So how do we... It sounds like we're going towards a colony management or strategy game. At what scale do we really want this to be? Because I know that, at least for Steve and Remix, they wanted to do like a Japanese style, and I know that Remix specifically was talking about like Edo period feudalism, which I don't know how familiar you are with that.
Also,
Or not Edo period, it's the one right before that. It's the feudal period.
Okay. I didn't hear it correctly. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm a huge Japanese history buff.
Okay, awesome. They seemed like they really wanted to do like a Japanese style religions and things like that. I'm not super familiar with those. I'm really more comfortable with like Greek and Roman, but
So I do agree with what you wrote in the protocol about we should go with something that's familiar.
yeah.
Did I get that right?
For
the audience.
Yeah, we discussed a lot last time that we were trying to balance between like familiarity and also
Cool factor.
yeah, because there's a little bit like if something's too familiar, then we can actually run into problems to where when our game doesn't actually match the player's conceptual model of the game or like what they think that the theme should be. Like let's say for instance, it was Greek, and Zeus in our game was the god of water. That doesn't make any sense. He's the god of thunder. No, the lightning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that's his Roman name even. So we could easily get confused. We need to do the research. Or maybe make up new gods.
Yeah, that's one thing that we could just make up new gods. But again, that would get rid of all familiarity that we'd have. The reason that they wanted to do Japanese is because they're nerds. No, but
the weebs.
They both seemed like both weirdly familiar with it. I'm not super familiar with like Japanese history or religion, but Remix seemed really familiar with it.
I have a hot take about it.
Okay, let's hear a hot take.
So it's basically a hot take of the community of the role-playing, tabletop role-play community of like Oriental games. and how it used to be, and then now how it's in the age of acceptance of cultural differences. So I watched a lot of podcasts about it, of people analyzing some RPGs, and the general consensus, specifically in the Japanese side, is they're not very happy about people using real gods or entities, because it's kind of different between, they have like a mixed religion. Some of it is like mythological creatures and people, and some of it is more like ancestor worship and more Chinese stuff, like honoring your parents, stuff like that.
Okay.
So they don't like that we use Shinto or Japanese Buddhism, which is different. So they don't like it, but they're totally okay if you mix it up. If you change their names, if you don't invoke the god's name or something that's really connected to it, like a place, it's really okay. But the other way around, with the other Far Eastern people, like I think there was some Thai people and Filipino on the podcast, on the panel, and they were like kind of opposite side. Like, it's kind of okay if you use Japanese religion, just don't mix up stuff. Don't make it look like, okay, this is this kind of deity, but the name is different.
Okay, that's really interesting. I have never really even thought about that. So what you're basically saying is we might get into like some weird cultural hot water to where, like, because we are stealing gods that people still kind of worship or still are familiar with that we can get into problems.
Yeah, religions with modern roots, with establishments. Yeah,
that makes sense. Then I feel like it's probably a lot safer to go with Greek, because there aren't many. First of all, it's very culturally acceptable to, for lack of a better term, bastardize Greek mythology.
Yeah, God of War, etc.
So I think that if we go with, like, Greek, then we kind of have... First of all, we have... A lot of people know about Greek mythology.
Yeah.
I'd never even thought about, like, the relevance of the religion in a modern-day sense. Okay. Yeah, I think it'd probably be better if we go with
It could be a pitfall. It could be a pitfall, because, like, obviously we don't really want to do a game about Christianity, but we do want to like invoke themes, talk about lore and priesthood, stuff like that.
Yeah, I feel
we want to do the familiar stuff, maybe add some exoticity without like being cultural appropriation. I don't mind personally, but I am like aware of the thing.
So, okay. I really want to keep it focused to like one religion or one mythological lore. Because that way it keeps the game like actually focused, and it, instead of drawing from like, well, this god is from Buddhism, and this one's Christianity, and this one's Greek, and this one's Roman, and this one's Norse, and then we threw them all together. Like, that seems a little bit much, especially for a game jam game, and having to, like, deal with all of the apparent cultural stuff around that. I don't know if I'm ready for that, so I kind of want to focus on, like, just one.
Making the adversaries are, like, maybe, like, just tribal people or religiousless people, or something like that. Like, who are we converting?
I think that it...
Maybe we're not converting, maybe we're just spreading the word.
Yeah, it could be like,
Oh, bam, we have a name.
What?
Spreading the word.
Spreading the word.
So generic.
Spreading the word. I'm gonna put that there. But so, what I was thinking is, you could play as, like, a god. Like, you could be... So the player is one of the gods. One of the Greek gods. And
Yeah, because the other adversities are the other gods.
or they could even be like they could be a high, or like they're a high-ranking official. Because I know in like quite a lot of Greek society there was quite a lot of back and forth about which gods to actually worship and things like that. So it could be
Yeah, it was a
you're trying.
polytheistic. It was a polytheistic culture.
Yeah.
Religion.
So it could be that you're an advocate for one god, and because you're an advocate for that god, you get like your playstyle is going to be different than if you're an advocate for a different god.
Yeah, definitely.
The only problem with that is we need to probably scope it down to only a few gods, which would make it feel a little bit incomplete. But I think we can, if we get it down to like 8, it would probably be fine, and that way. And we could also do like
we can just start small and make up one, and if we have the time, just make up more.
Yeah.
If we'll do it like modularly, yeah, you know what I mean.
Yeah, modularly. That's a word. That's a string of words called a sentence. And then feudal Japan believed in the Shinto and Zen Buddhism, and they still use the sun symbol that the Germans really liked. I think I know what symbol you're referencing. I see. Okay. Yeah, that might be... Yeah, let's not touch feudal Japan. Let's just not touch Japan. Let's just... I think
I mean,
for
I'm for it. I'm for it. We can, I don't know, just instead of talking about the gods, talking about the followers, the people who are spreading it, instead of you playing the god.
That would work. I know... Like, in Japan, the emperor was said to have, like, basically be like a descendant of the gods. I'm bastardizing this very heavily, but like a descendant of the gods, and then you could be like an upcoming emperor or something. That would work,
it's basically like it's assumed historically that they took the Chinese theory / belief that the mandate of heaven, which is like the gods have made the emperor rule everything, etc.
Yeah.
Because the Japanese were very influenced by Chinese and Koreans.
Yeah.
But
sorry, what?
But yeah, continue. Yes, like he's the religious figure as well as the leader.
Yeah. Kind of like.
The Pope.
And then also, how like granular of a level do we want to go? We can go like worldwide. Like it could be like spread your religion to the world.
Well, start small, I guess.
We could also do like it could be just as granular as spread your religion around the temple or something.
Yeah.
Like, we need to decide on how granular we want to go, because that's going to inform the mechanics a lot. And then also, we need to decide... And we don't need to decide which culture we're going with, but it's probably a good thing.
Yeah. It's a theme. It's the theme part.
I'm leaning heavily towards...
Are we foregoing completely to do a fantasy version or a fictional gods?
I mean, we can.
I think that thematically or artistically, we can still use like iconography that hints what type of god is it without saying like Zeus, Ares, stuff like that. And we can still keep it like eventually if we want to, we can just do the icons and later the bauble which the icon is in could be Egyptian, could be Norse, could be whatever.
That's honestly not a bad idea. Because that way we can like make each god like its own distinct archetype, and it doesn't feel like we're missing anything because it's our own like fake religion. It doesn't actually exist in real life, so we don't have to deal with any of the
Tiptoe.
baggage of real life.
Yeah, and I can still be fictional Japan, fictional China, Far East thing.
Yeah, it can be like inspired, but it's not using the same names, and it's kind of just like stealing elements from that. I think that's probably the safest bet, honestly.
Yeah, and I mean, if the UI says that he's a god and his symbol is a mallet or a sword or a sun, we kind of understand which type of god is he. And anyway, in games, you're kind of building up on players making assumptions about what they should do according to iconography, according to text, stuff like that.
Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna go with our own godhood. I don't know what to call it. Own gods.
Pantheon.
Own pantheons. Yeah. Create own pantheons. And that way we could have the player could make like their own pantheon at the start of the game. That might be a bit much. We'll see if we can actually do that.
Yeah, but
player-
it's, I think it would be. I thought about it. I think it would be easy to implement. A lot of games have it. You just write up a name, you choose a banner, and that's it.
Okay. And then, how do we want the opposition structure to be? Do you want it to be like the player versus a bunch of different gods? It could be, it be like level based, to where each level you're trying to fight a different god.
I mean, to pace the game sounds good. Like introduce different mechanics for different other gods would be nice. Like we could do like just the first encounter with the other god and we have more time, then we add more gods, more adversaries.
Do you want it to
But
be...
definitely, I'm for the like a big pantheon that fights for influence. Who's the god that everyone believes in?
So it would be like the player versus one god, or the player versus many gods.
Yeah, potentially many gods.
Okay. We need to make a decision on that. We need to make a decision whether it's going to be like level based or randomly generated.
I mean, it could be both. Like when you start the game, you can do like checkboxes. Like if you want to do it in iron mode.
Procedural generation is going to be... I don't know, that might be a little bit much. For our purposes, at least.
It really depends what is generated. Like if we're just generating a 12 by 12 grid, it's like the 36.
And that's going to depend
no,
on like the
28.
granularity that we're going. So like
Mhm.
big design questions. That's what I'm marking this.
Subtitle granularity.
Yeah, we need to add... Like, do we want a big temple? Or do we want it to be like... world
Like a screen of
wide
inside the temple.
control? Or do we want it to be like... first city control?
Yeah. I think, I mean, sounds obvious that we should start with just the temple or just the city. Believers in the city.
On what scale does the player play? How is the opposition structured. I'm just adding these questions to like a list, and then I'm giving possibilities.
Yeah,
of
you
what
need
we
to
could do.
summarize what we said. Summarize what we just discussed.
Oh, I've been writing all of it down.
Ah, okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Whoa. Dude, I'm loving the Big Jam. This is awesome. It's fantastic. So, level base versus how is the environment structured?
What do you mean by environment?
Uh,
Oh, the generation, okay. Fine.
Yeah. How is the environment generated? How is the opposition structured? And then, at what scale does the player spread their religion? What other big questions do we need to answer?
Ah, okay.
What's
I
our
found you.
perspective
You
going
went
to be?
camera perspective?
Yeah.
I mean, I really want to go for 2.5. Like, could be like a side view of like a base, but the characters are 3D, and there's like depth to each floor.
Could be a
stuff like
side
that.
view. We could also have like a top-down orthographic. Now we have two 3D artists, so it's gonna have to be 3D, but
Yeah, yeah. But we're like, scaling things down to
Yeah.
doable. I think just like iterating is more important than making new stuff. Making stuff that we can reuse or change could be nice.
so like overall, what's the player's goal? Like the player's goal is the player's
We need to break down the spreading of religion, right? It means more followers. Does it mean like percentage of the people in the city that believe in your god?
Yeah.
Or do followers or people that are like in the temple add up, like count more?
What counts as spreading religion?
It's basically what's our win condition.
Yeah, what's the win condition? What's the win condition of the game? And it could be like spread religion to all cities, or it could even be like stop opposing religions from cropping up. It could be... What are some other alternative win conditions?
Kill other gods.
To kill the other gods. That works. Okay. Then, like,
Destroying temples or monuments or like effigies, like markers of the other religion.
so yeah, it could be destroying enemy temple / protected object. Protected objects.
could be a list of different small objectives.
Yeah, there could be multiple different win conditions.
Yeah, it could be nice. I mean, it's kind of bigger scope, but
Yeah, it definitely
you
is.
could finish. You could finish with lots of followers, or you can finish with lots of influence. Like a lot of people generally like. No, let me rephrase it. You could have maybe like a capital state of your religion. So it's like there are other cities that you're not controlling, but you're controlling a very specific place. That could be cool. That's not like lots of different followers or lots of influence or lots of other stuff. A very specific.
So the game would just be in one city. Like the entire game would be in one city.
No, I mean, if it was a kingdom with different cities, your goal could be control this specific city in a different manners. It could be different controls. But yeah, it's not like spreading everything to like everywhere. It's more focused.
Okay. I think the more focused we get, probably the better. Because, again, we don't have very much time. It's probably not a bad idea to keep our design focused.
What do you mean by that is making the goal smaller?
Yeah, like, I think that we can either have the player focus on controlling like one city specifically, or we can make them control multiple cities, but each city needs to be relatively simple.
Yeah.
Alternatively, because if we were doing like the one city option, then that city can have like a bunch of different followers or people in it that follow different religions, and then they would interact in different ways, and that's why we can have like indirect control over the player or over the followers, which I'm leaning a lot towards indirect control. I think that'd make for a really interesting mechanic because it leaves a little bit to chance, so make the game a little bit more replayable, and if we add some more chance elements, we can make the game a little bit more replayable.
If one city I can think of, like if there's like different buildings that signify something, like different guilds or different aspects of the city, like the maintenance and the army and the police, I don't know, stuff like that. And if you have a believer in each of them, if your believers like control an aspect of the city, and you can finish with like, you know, lots of firemen that believe in you and the army, but the rest of it is under someone else's control. Or if you're like the god of war, so you want to control the military and the police, etc.
So you'd gain control over like different sectors?
Sectors, or you get your followers into sectors. Or you can make it interesting, different factions in the city. Not like a...
Ooh, that would be really interesting, actually. There are different, like...
Yeah, it could be just like the Society of Mysteries and the Brotherhood of the Grail, and etc. And you need to get them to believe in your god, or change their paradigm for your god.
And you need to, like, appease the different groups.
Mm-hmm, exactly. Appeal to a group, yeah.
How do you spell appease? That's how you spell it. And then NPC should give you stuff like money when you're in a good graces with them through the religion. Like churches with donations. That would be interesting. We could also add that to...
Yeah, that could be like each faction could have like the same three basic actions. You ask for money, you ask for influence, or you do something. And then like if you're in league with those, they will give you more money, etc. Or they'll give you a discount. And some stuff can be specific and some stuff can be all across the board.
Okay. Factions can provide aid, some... Oh, I crossed that in a new line. Some factions can help in different ways. And Cosmetic said that we should reward the player for having more control. Reward player
Yeah, maybe like
for
threshold, like a marker on the side of the screen that has like if you get more than 50%, then you're like on the next tier of control.
that would be, wait a minute, okay. So there would be like,
It's basically Dune Spice Wars.
I don't know what that is.
It's an RTS where there's like 3 factions that you need to appease. They give you different upgrades to your stuff, etc.
So I'm thinking like, okay, wait. Oh, this is... Eesh. So this idea is definitely a bit out there because it would involve a little bit of scope. Like the scope would be kind of crazy. So I was thinking like, you start out and then like you're just in like a smaller community and then it expands. So like as your community expands, the gameplay changes. So you would start out in like just like your like neighborhood or something, or like your like local group, and then you would become a leader of that group after you spread that religion, after you spread your religion to that local group, and then when you're a leader of that group, you start spreading your religion to other groups.
Then when you have the city, you spread it to different cities. If we
Yeah.
get there.
And then...
But yeah, we should keep it in the city.
Okay. And then after you start spreading to other groups, it can expand more. So we can just keep like adding layers of mechanics every single time that they get more and more influence.
Yeah.
Okay, I think
I
that
mean,
would...
we need the finish line eventually. So like
Yeah.
control 50% of the city's groups.
Well, I think the finish would just be... it could be like summon your god, or it could be... Or it could be like get full
like
support.
An epic finish. Like an epic finish needs to be like a crescendo.
I think that summoning your god would be like a really epic finish. I think that'd be fun.
Yeah. Especially if we would give them different gods, you can do different finishes.
Okay.
And I mean, also, I imagine like if you're like shattering or exploding a temple of the false god or something, that could be awesome. You know, that's like a zoom out. You see the city from above, and then like a huge fist comes down and destroys.
That would be really fun. So what if
And
you
like
were...
end game.
Uh-huh.
And like a big cheesy like finished.
That would be really fun. Okay, so
Reddit.
end of game should be huge bombastic finish. Like giant fist coming to crush opposing religion. And then I was thinking like so the player plays or the player is a prophet for a
Yeah.
new god.
Yeah, maybe he's starting as a believer, and then he becomes a prophet, the leader.
I like
First
it
is just Jesus.
I like it better if they start as a prophet because that actually gives them a reason for existing. Because if they're just a follower, then like,
Yeah,
eh,
it's more agency.
yeah.
Yeah,
Since player's a
yeah, I
prophet
agree.
for a new god, their goal is to gain the following of their entire city to crush or to summon their god to crush the other religions. So right now I have written down the player's a prophet for a new god. The goal is to gain the following of their entire city to summon their god to crush the other religions.
Assuming it's a war god. So no.
Okay, just to not to crush, but just to like take over. Let's just summon their god. Their goal is to summon their god.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And we'll decide thematically after.
Yeah, so how can we so I think the player should like start off again by just talking to like a small group and their power, like the actions that they can take are going to be a lot less. So they're going to have not too many actions. So starting out, the player only has a few actions that they can take. They gain more actions as they gain following. So as they gain following, they're going to gain more actions, and they should also be able to like spec into different strategies.
Yeah, they need options.
Different strategies, and through
Maybe
that,
the different groups. Okay, I have a cool idea. The different groups at first, before you know that you can actually spread and influence other groups, maybe there's some kind of function in the game where you can do your actions,
Mhm.
where it's basically your strategy. You can go take your money from A or B or C, and narratively, when you like go up a tier, it's revealed that actually a secret society or some kind of order, or some kind of something mystically cool. And then like more open options open up now that you have followers there.
So explain to me how that would work.
So if it's a map of a city with 4 buildings, they would have 3 actions, 2 of them grayed out. And you can only do the basic one at first.
Okay.
And each tier you get the more influential and cool some move that you can do
Yeah, you were talking
with your
about
follower.
getting starting out and like pledging to different people is what it sounded like. Did I hear that incorrectly?
No, no. Just like I know. Let's say it's like maybe it's soup kitchen. Okay, so you go to
Hmm.
the soup kitchen with your follower. That's your action. It gives you influence in something or whatever it ups some kind of thing, the money, the influence, whatever it is. And when you're a second tier, when you're a leader of your religion, you know that in the soup kitchen there's actually a guy that can do something. Then when you send your follower there, you can decide, are you just mooching the soup kitchen for resources or you're doing the other thing?
Okay, so you start out like at the bottom of the. So wait, so let me just draw this out real quick. So you start out at like the bottom, and then you work your way up. So you would be like you would start out in like a soup kitchen, for instance, and then the player, after they're done with the soup kitchen, then they can assign other people to go to the soup kitchen, and because they were in the soup kitchen, they know how that works. Like they know what actions their followers can take. Their followers can take the same actions that they did. Is
So
that what
no,
you're saying?
didn't get. No, that's not right.
Okay.
Do a few buildings, copy soup kitchen, and write like pharmacy, coffee shop.
Okay.
Cool. And then copy the empty one 3 times for each of them. They should have like 3 empty ones. And make it like a square, not a rectangular.
Uh. Okay.
I mean, smaller. Like they should have like 3 each.
Oh, they should each have three. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm actually just gonna move things. So just give me the coffee shop example.
Okay. So the coffee shop has like 2 of them will be grayed out. Okay, and one of them is active at tier 1.
Hmm.
If you go to the coffee shop, you place your follower there on the blue one, and he does the basic action in the coffee shop, the tier 1 action, whatever it is. And if you have like 3 followers, they can go to each building and do the thingy, whatever it is, get a resource or something.
Okay. So basically the player would be designating each of their followers to do different things
Oh,
specific to the area.
it doesn't maybe have to be the followers. It can be him, or I mean, we don't maybe want to couple those 2 systems together, like having a followers. I think like having followers is just like the generic stat for how good is your cult.
Okay, because this would be like
Or
direct
when do you
control.
advance? What would be
The way that I
the
kind
coffee
of,
shop?
yes, the way that I was thinking about it was like the player would have, well, so they would start their religion, right? Like they start their religion, and then they can make different. Whoa, okay, let's go with this. They can choose different pantheons or like structures for it. So it'd be like religious structure 1, religious structure 2, or something like that. Obviously, give them actual names. Um, to where they make choices around how their religion functions and like the different things. So let's say that not religious structure, but like let's say that they choose kind of like civilization to where it changes the way that you get
Yeah,
resources. This could
talent
be
trees.
like dancing, like you have a religion around dancing. That's how you worship. Or this would be
Yeah.
like reading, or you could have like ritual sacrifice.
Hmm.
And depending on what you choose is going to affect what kind of people are actually going to join your religion.
Hmm. Okay. Yeah. But this is more of a mechanic based on how you create your religion.
Yeah,
Like,
I
what's
don't.
the identity of your religion? Maybe I
I
mean that the trait needs to be more relating to spreading it. But actually, no, I get you actually, because like people who like to dance will be more inclined to join your cult,
yeah.
to join your religion. Okay, yeah, that's like it's strategy, and at the same time, it's like it talks about the spreading of religion, not just the identity. I think it's kind of coupled, but yeah, it's good. And when you say tiers, you actually mean like tiers in this tree?
I mean, like, yeah. So it would be like, hold on, wait, let me put this back. So this would be like tier one. So this
Yeah,
is like your
yeah.
first choice, really. And
Hmm.
then
Hmm.
every choice after this is going to have like more cascading effects. So, for instance, like if you chose dance worship, then you would spec further into the dance tree or things like that. So it would be like performance and like you would gain followers by doing like plays or something.
Yeah.
And those need different resources than, for instance, like reading texts, which might be like
Hmm.
group worship or like group text reading or like ritual sacrifice. That's going to need more people to sacrifice. So you
Yeah.
need different resources, and then we can have them interact with different factions to get those
So
resources.
so the replayability is what's the best build that you can get to achieve your goal
Uh, the
while sustaining your religion because it could collapse before you reach maybe level 3
yeah,
or
basically
something.
each of these would be like different strategies that you can go down when you create your
Yeah, like
religion.
it becomes varied. It's replayable.
Yeah,
Yeah, cool. This way you don't need to designate actually a god because you're creating the god.
yeah. You'd still you would create a pantheon, and
Yeah,
then
you're
there would
just
be
like
like
you're just a new god. You're just the youngest god.
yeah, and then there are like other groups that are opposing you. So it would be like other religious groups oppose you.
Yeah,
Religious or political groups. Political
social groups.
groups oppose you. Because that way it can be like, oh, well, one of the factions really doesn't like that you murder people because you murdered
Yeah,
someone that was close to them. And there could be
yeah.
like random
And
events and things like that.
uh, yeah, and dancing is too much fornication. We can't have that in our city, in our
What?
town. We don't like people frolicking around. It
Yeah.
makes people think that they can do other things.
There's too much happiness. We can't have that.
Yep.
They oppose the player and
Yeah, like the chastity order.
each game could be like, ooh, we could have like starting conditions be different. So the starting conditions are different. So there's a little bit of chance there. And then the
Hmm.
starting conditions inform which strategy the player will go with. So each
Yeah,
game is going to
yeah,
be a little bit different each time.
yeah. The city structure or the composition of the populace.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna take like a 3-minute break to get some water and use the bathroom real quick. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Okay, let me set a timer for you guys. There we are. I'm back. Okay. Hello? I'm snacking real quick. It's like an oat PB&J. Very good. Did you just say greetings in chat?
I would just force you to exercise if I had enough.
I didn't hear any of that.
I would have forced you to exercise if I had enough.
Can't believe you. You start this down real quick. Very tasty. Hmm. Okay. I'm gonna send this into the Discord and then hopefully we can get some feedback from Remix and Steve.
Maybe format it into the doc instead, but summarize it better.
Yeah, we could format into the doc. Right, it does need more washi tape. It needs to be different washi tape. This is the most important part of the design process. Where's the frogs?
Yeah, it gets stuck sometimes just layouting stuff on.
Your mic is dying. I cannot hear you. I'm so sorry.
I'm sorry, I'm actually trying to be a bit silent because it's late for a voice check.
I ain't get it either in any of that either.
Never mind.
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
Okay.
I can't be too much loud because it's already 1 a.m.
Oh yeah.
It's okay, I moved out to the porch.
Okay, okay. So let's write a quick description of the game, just we have so far. And then I'll add my washi tape to it. So the players are prophet for a new god. Their goal is to gain. Okay, so I'm just gonna do this. Let's format this a bit nicer. Prophet for a new god. Their goal is to gain the following of the entire city to summon their god. Starting out, the player only has a few actions they can take. They gain more actions as they gain following. So... Players spec different strategies. Other religious factions oppose the player. We also talked about... Let's line that up. Okay. We also talked about variable star conditions. Which, star conditions, these add variety in optimal strategy between different runs. All shredded. I feel like we should still make both strategies viable in any given state. At least. Viable.
Or maybe have some basic stuff that you can always do. Like you can always ask the governor for money or something.
Yeah, sure, we could have like basic actions, but I mean, like, every strategy should players should be able to win no matter what strategy they do. There shouldn't just be a strategy that's completely impossible to win with. That would be kind of garbage. Okay, I'm just gonna take a screenshot of this.
I made you a room at the top of the documents.
Okay, awesome. I'm also going to send this into the Discord. At Remix, at Steve, at Daniel. Okay.
Oops.
So I think we have our, like... I'm pretty happy with this idea. As long as everyone else is, I think we're basically good to just start diving into mechanics. Because this isn't really... This is an outline for the structure of the game. This really isn't how the mechanics are going to work. Because the overarching structure would just be, like, the player... Well, why is that? Start. Game start. Let's make one a line. Can I just get a straight line? There we go. Perfect. And then this is going to be power, and this is going to be follower count. And as the follower count increases, we want to give the player more power, which is naturally going to happen over time. So they're going to start out with like a little bit of power and also options. Power are really just options. And then the more followers they get, the more power they should get. And I don't know if that should be like a linear structure, because we can just make it like super crazy to where at the end they just have the power to do literally anything, like they can just do whatever. I feel like it's probably going to increase exponentially in complexity, because when you start off, you're only going to make a couple of decisions, and then as you make more decisions, that's going to like send you in a bunch of different directions.
Yeah. I think it will be like the sum of different things, like not just like your follower count. Maybe at start, followers are more important, and later, like the prosperity of the cult or the well-being of the followers, stuff like that.
Okay.
Because you can definitely have like a happy region and a gloom sacrificial group. But maybe everyone are also intoxicated, so it works out, kind of strategy.
So your goal is to either get everyone to follow you or everyone else to ruin their lives?
Or to keep some kind of balance, because obviously if you sacrifice a lot of people will be kind of bummed out.
Yeah.
You need to balance that with dancing or stuff. I guess like reading and copying books would be kind of boring, so need to supply them with other quality of life stuff. I think we can definitely go the Sims route, like you said, with like a few gauges that sum up into your power.
Yeah. It can be so, like, you're managing basically bars. Player manages, or player wants to control. They want follower devotion levels to be high, and followers have different bars. So followers have needs that followers have needs, that's it, and then we can have like different needs to where it could be like as Mehdi was saying, like hunger or food, they need shelter, they need purpose, to where if like you just have a lot of followers doing nothing, it's probably not good. And then we can have like, so food, shelter. Oh, they all have shelter. I don't really know if that matters. It'd be like food, purpose. What other things does someone need to follow a religion? They need food, they need to be alive, they need health.
They need figures like mentors and stuff like that.
They need what?
They need like senior members. They need like a mentor.
Sure, they need
a
like a
preacher.
community.
Yeah.
And then I can make a line. This stuff is crazy bad.
I think I have a formula.
The formula.
I think it should go. I think that like everything we just talked about, like needs. Okay, they just eventually go into like one number,
Uh-huh.
one like attribute or variable, which basically says how attractive the religion is. And then this infers how many people, how many percentage out of the populace are right now wanting to be, or like maybe there's like a threshold they cross where they become a follower, or something like that. And that infers like how many influence you have overall, because like power is like everything. It's like the encompassing of your religion and how good it is, and how many believe in it, and how people are about to believe it.
Yeah. So what I'm focusing on specifically is what each individual follower needs to, like, devote themselves to the religion.
Yeah.
That's what I want to focus on right now.
Yeah. That's the basic stuff. That's what I'm saying. That's like the lowest level.
Yeah, that's like the lowest level. So what things does a follower need to...
I mean, four things are really good enough.
Okay, so
I
they
mean,
need food...
Maybe they even like food and health is like a community. It's like
No.
well-being. You can call it well-being or
Okay,
vitality
yeah.
or prosperity. And purpose is like more of a faith thing. You can call it purpose or faith, fervor.
I think we can have, like, a food which is affected by...
Maybe just call it resources.
It loses naturally. That works. Yeah, just resources. You lose these naturally. Lose naturally over time. Need to be regularly replenished.
I mean, that's the same for everywhere. Every other attribute.
I'm sorry, what was that?
That summarizes basically the system of it. You lose it all the time, or you burn it all the time, and you need to balance it to get more of it.
I don't think
to
that
have better quality.
That's true. No, that's not at all. So no. So when I talk about resources, I mean like that is something that the player needs to manage, and they naturally lose it over time, and they need to be regularly replenished. Something like happiness, I don't feel like a follower would just lose happiness for no reason. I don't feel like they would just like.
Okay,
But there are things that could affect that happiness.
I'm good with it. So the basic layer is resources.
Yeah,
and happiness is affected by event.
Yeah,
or things that happen.
Yeah, certain events affect their happiness levels. And then purpose would be whether the religion kind of like coincides with their personality.
Okay, yeah, like followers having attributes or something.
And then community is how many people around them are in the religion.
Or maybe the quality of it.
The quality of the religion?
The quality of the community.
The quality of the community. What do you mean by quality?
It's because like quantity is not just one thing that makes a good community.
Mm-hmm. Okay, we'll define quality of a community.
So it could be a few small things, a few different things still. It's like happiness or purpose. It's kind of the same. It needs like to have like a variable or attribute either in the. Okay, let's say it this way. We have an attribute for like resources, the attribute of your place. Happiness is the attribute of your people. Purpose would be like something else, and community is something else. Like a core thing of our religion, of our structure.
Okay. So
Maybe we can like focus it like that.
yeah, I understand that. What specifically do you mean by community? You mean the quality of the community. When you say the quality of the community, what specifically do you mean?
Maybe the temple. I mean, resources is kind of the temple resources, so it can't be like that.
Yeah, the resources that, like food, shelter, water, things like that, that would be resources. Happiness is affected by certain effects, or like certain events. Purpose is how closely the religion aligns with their personality, and then community would be how many people are that they know are in the religion.
Yeah, but that's like follower count.
No,
Ish.
that's not follower count.
So the question is, maybe that's the variable that is controlled by your 3 choices. Because we didn't do it yet. Or maybe, like you have like the tiers, the different wild cards that you can get. Dancing worship, reading text, ritual sacrifice. Maybe this affects community. Or do you want them to affect every
That would probably affect multiple of those. What I specifically mean when I say community is how many people connected to them are in the religion. That's all I mean. That's all I mean entirely.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't say community. I mean, it's like a weird gauge right now.
Okay, there can be.
Like I can see how you can get more resources or lose resources. I can understand happiness.
Mm-hmm.
I can understand when you have purpose and don't have purpose, but we need to define the community.
How
because I
about?
don't agree with your line there.
Okay. Why not?
Because it's not. It doesn't says community to me. Maybe connection.
I put connection. If I change the name to connection, does that work for you?
I mean, now it doesn't say anything. What is connection?
Connection is
It's
how many people
it's
are.
even less defined.
How many people around them
Maybe
are in the religion?
Acceptance. It's like how people are accepting of each other in the community, in the followers, among the followers.
That would be.
I mean, it could be if you change it back to community. That would say that for me, like the percentage of people who are happy with each other, or not happy, but accepting each other. I mean,
Okay.
we don't have to have a 4th one. I mean, 3 is enough.
I think it's pretty important to have something like this. So.
It also just sounds like the same, like the other one still, for me.
Okay, this is very mechanically distinct in my mind.
Okay.
How many people around them are in the religion? Like, the connections that they have with people in the religion would be like a relationship grid. So, let's say that we have like follower 1.
Oh no, I like this word.
Follow-
This is more descriptive.
Okay, yeah, follower
Relationship.
1 interacts a lot with follower 2. Follower 2 is in a different religion. Follower 1 is going to have a higher chance of joining followers 2 religion because they interact with follower 2.
So yeah.
So it could be basically proximity.
Outside relationship.
Proximity.
Outside the relationship.
Are you comfortable with that?
It's
Proximity
less
to the religion.
descriptive. Less descriptive than relationship.
Okay, I'm gonna put relationship. Are you okay with that?
Yeah, in plural, I think.
Relationships. Okay.
Also, don't forget I'm just feedbacking you.
Yeah, I know.
You're the stamp here.
No.
You're the designer.
No, we're both designers. We gotta agree on this. And I appreciate they're willing to fight me on it.
Change the definition then.
Okay, what do you want to be changed?
Means not how you describe the relationships. It's not how many people are around them. It's the acceptance of people around them.
It's not though. Okay, here's what I think
It's
about
not
this.
just accept.
Okay.
It's not just accepting.
No, okay. It's literally the way that I think that we can define it in the system, the way the system functions is how many people in that religion they interact with. If they interact with more people from one religion, they're probably going to be more likely to join it. That's all I mean by that.
Okay, no, doesn't make sense.
That doesn't make sense to you. It doesn't make sense to you that...
No, because that's not how you described it before in relationships.
How did I describe it
You're
before?
talking about you said other people accepting that religion, not that the specific follower is needing more relationships.
No.
So let's no, actually you're correct. We need to keep it in needs, what the follower needs, and not what other people relate to. So yeah, the need of a specific follower to have more relationships with other people in the community. That's what the description should say, not how many people.
What I am trying to define is what the followers need in order to join and stay in the religion. These are the parameters that we're going to say affect which religion they're following.
He knows 1 out of 10 followers. That's his relationship, and if he knows another one, then he has more relationship. He has 2 out of 10.
It would be out of the people that he interacts with. So let's say that he interacts with someone who's a part. So let's just say that this is just a. Let's just say this is a number. No. Okay.
1 out of 10.
Let's say not out of 10. Let's just say this is a number. Okay, this is a number.
Yeah,
so
it's the number of the followers. Yeah, obviously.
So we have religion 1, and then we have religion 2, right?
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
This one person.
The other religion.
Okay, this one person interacted with 20 people from religion 1. This is our religion. Religion 1 is our religion, and only interacted with 5 people from religion 2. He's going to have a higher chance of joining religion 1. That's all I mean by this.
Okay. So we're talking about an unaligned person? Not a follower?
Not a follower.
Not someone who already believes. So why is it in follower needs? That's what I'm confused about.
That's fair.
That's what we don't see clearly.
Okay, so there are things that people need to stay in the religion, and then there are things that people need to join the religion.
That's why I suggested like a funnel of like if the followers are happy in all of their gauges, then they attract more people. It's more simple.
That's fair. Okay. I agree.
Awesome. We can still have that mechanic of other people accepting. Just like you don't need to create more needs for them.
So we really only have like 3 things. There's either...
You can have a fourth one if you really
Well,
want.
what would the 4th one be?
I don't know, something that talks about the wellness of either the followers or the community. Still say community, but we need to talk about the followers then.
But
I'm good with like relationships, like with like
well, just
amount.
so define in a way that like resources are you lose them naturally over time, and then you need to be regularly replenished. Happiness, certain events affect their happiness levels, and then purpose, whether religion coincides with their personality. What would this 4th be? Just describe it to me.
Trying to think about another thing. To think about actual religions. What do they need more?
Well, I feel like community is a pretty big thing, but I can't define that in a way. I'm trying to figure out how to define that. Like,
what's bad? What I said about equality of the community. It's like resources, but kind of different.
okay, but what is the quality of the community? How happy everyone else is? How high everyone else's bars are? So the overall average affects each person individually?
Not convoluted.
It's not convoluted at all. You take the average.
Of everyone?
Yeah, and then you just that is the what this bar is at. It's just the average of everyone's bars.
I mean, I guess we could add like bonuses to that, and then it's like a very base stat that just like upgrades. Or it's kind of like everything else. You have a basic resource and you get more. Yeah, I mean, it's good.
How
Yeah,
about this?
yeah.
How about we have like a cohesiveness, which is how closely the other followers' traits align with them.
But isn't that like the first one? Whether the religion coincides with the personality?
No. Yes, kinda, yeah. Ugh.
What about mentorship? Like the quality of the senior staff?
How are we gonna define the quality? You keep saying quality. Quality is not a thing. Quality is a subjective term. That's the problem. We need to define what that means.
The attributes of the senior staff.
The attributes of the senior staff in relation to what?
Or maybe you can make one of the followers a senior staff.
Okay, and then what does that mean?
That means that he now his attributes contribute somehow to the mood to the needs of the followers. They need another mentor. They could have like a second in command, another mentor guy except the prophet.
Okay. So you have like a guy under you. And his traits affect other people.
It doesn't have to be a guy. It doesn't have to be a guy. You can still call it community. You can say that there are other people who become seniors and they affect this bar. Generally, you don't have to have it like an action or whatever. It just happens.
Okay.
It's like the quality of everyone around you, basically.
It's the quality of
Because
everyone around you.
It's like you said. It could be like the quality could be symbolized with a percentage of everyone's mood, everyone's needs. How happy the other people.
Okay.
And we can still call it community or the quality of something. I don't know. But it's subjective. We can still symbolize it as something subjective.
Okay.
I mean, we anyways we're gonna go over this list and like start with one feature and get to the other features eventually.
Well, this isn't even a game. This is a single mechanic.
It has a lot of layers.
Yeah, this is a single core mechanic. We need to flesh this out. So, the base of the game is going to be managing followers' needs so that you can gain more
So
followers.
more people join you. Yeah.
So, followers can have like different traits. As we said right here in the purpose. So, followers have traits. And these can like make them more inclined towards certain things. And we want it to
I think we maybe should make up the choices first, the tiers, and then maybe it infers like what are traits. Like, you know, some people like dancing, some people like reading.
Okay, sure.
Like, let's start with what we have already. I don't know, with dance, read, and ritual.
So sure, like ways of worship.
So maybe we can simplify it by giving like 10 traits that each follower starts with one.
Okay, sure. So ways of worship like reading scripture. They could dance. They could sing.
Let's call it.
Or we'll call like they perform.
Let's call it black, white, and gray. You can do a white religion, dancing. You can do a gray religion, reading. You can do a black religion.
I don't see a purpose in color coding it right now, but we can definitely do that later if we want to.
Yeah, not really for the game. Like for the purpose of like the trait. It's like a white trait.
Oh, okay.
People who have white trait would really love if you had a dancing religion. Maybe.
So like reading scripture, performance. What was the other one I wrote down? Oh yeah, ritual sacrifice. Sacrifice. That's how you spell that. How do you spell sacrifice? There we go. What other ways can you do it? You can, for like offerings. Material offerings.
That's why I'm suggesting like you can color code them.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe now we can come up with some larger white stuff and like
we're working
super
on a white
fun
canvas.
Religious stuff.
So let's change the color code.
I mean, fine.
Let's
I mean,
go
just
like
it's like a
red.
spectrum.
Yeah, let's go like red, green, and blue.
Okay. So blue will be the fun section, the fun religion. Okay, so dancing and other worship that are fun.
So, like,
Psychedelic drugs, recreational drugs.
dance, drugs. Drugs? Although we're
Yeah,
not,
just
we're not
so-
allowed to... No drugs.
Oh yeah, right.
Dance? Song?
Yeah, let's just throw keywords that are fun and happy.
It could be like eating food. Like
Yeah, potluck.
Feasting.
Potluck. Do you know what a potluck is?
I know what a potluck is, yeah.
Okay.
So... What would fit with reading scripture?
Oh, like
academia?
grayish, like the grayish, boring kind of religion, like copying text, research, theology. The theology side of it, not the pagan, fun, hippie.
Research. So there's like... So this is like...
reconstructing relics or finding relics.
Okay.
Or
Different relics.
or it could be also like painting or like artistic stuff.
I think that painting would probably be in the like blue category, towards like fun artistic
Maybe.
performance.
Maybe we can do, three kinds of painting, like evil, gory painting, or crafts, and boring crafts, and fun crafts.
Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. So there's kind of like three groups. So there's like the red group, which is like reading scripture, copying text, researching relics, which is like more like intellectual stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have the blue category, which is more like physical stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Dancing, like singing, like stuff like that, like performance and art.
yeah, and the other one is like more occultist or mysteries.
No, the last one is like ritual sacrifice and material offerings.
Yeah, which is a lot more actual worship. Let's call it this way. Wealth?
Yeah,
I don't
well,
know. I mean, I think it would be more cool if it would be mystic stuff.
research,
Like
like resources. Well, okay.
No, but it's boring.
It doesn't matter. It's a design document. We can name it differently.
Fine.
But yeah, this
I
is
mean,
like
yeah, but
this is
it-
giving like
it
material.
conserves
This is like
different-
material.
I mean, it's not. I don't think it's material because I can write here. I can write here miracle. You can write here like all the mystic stuff, like the actual god stuff.
Or material
resurrection.
offerings mystic.
Because it's not intellectual at all.
Okay.
Because you're expecting a miracle, because you're giving out something and making a wish. Or ritual sacrifice, you're giving out something material to get non-material stuff. And I mean, yeah, relics is more mystic than intellectual. Could be different.
My brain cannot get around the mystic thing. What do you mean by mystic?
Try to get out of the Christian point of view. Like, think pagans, think Norse mythology.
Yeah. So, in what way is that? What are these mystic? What do you mean? Like doing like
Like,
rituals and stuff like
because-
that?
Yeah, because rituals is not reading books.
Okay. Okay.
You know, the mystic stuff, the miracles, the
Well, miracles is more like a general thing, but
I mean, yeah, miracles can happen when you're doing the dance ritual.
Yeah.
But yeah, you don't have to write rituals because we're inferring the dance rituals and ritualistic feast.
I guess those are rituals. Yeah.
And then the actual side is more of a...
I think this would be like
Yeah,
shrines. Rather. Like having material shrines.
Yeah. What else? What do we have in other religions? It is cool and fun to do in the game.
Yo, I think this is pretty good. We got a good list.
What about storing power, storing mana, or something like that? Essence.
Like storing essence?
You know, like gathering it, getting more of it. I don't know.
Like,
Just throwing keywords around.
yeah, like gathering holy objects or something? Like,
No, like blood, gathering blood from the followers. Could be nice because it like affects. the
could be
happiness.
nice.
Unity co-rated with 3
You know,
years.
it's like a worship that's not really fun, so not everyone will like it, and people who are masochistic in nature will really like it.
Okay. Thornity, thank you very much for the raid. How was your stream, man?
Hey,
I saw you were also working on a Pirate Game Jam submission, right?
what's
pirate-
all about it?
Software Game Jam. Decent stream. Fair enough. Right now we're in the really early design stages. We're kind of just playing with ideas. We're gonna go with more like religious spreading. So the theme is it's spreading, but wine helps. What is your game about? Like, how are you interpreting the theme? Also, hello, Sockhouse Studios. Welcome in. You don't care about the theme? That's the point! The point of a game jam is to do the theme! Is the theme even required? I'm pretty sure. Is it? Wait. I mean, I guess it's not required. No one's holding you at gunpoint. What are they gonna do? Get mad. Team says around make mechanic. Expand some way. I guess you don't have to. Theme, aliens spreading on the planet you're on, defend, survive, repeat. Okay. So is it like a tower defense, or? Alright, so sorry. Shy, back on this. So like gathering blood, or?
I googled it. We also did include changing the culture. How would you say it in a keyword? Like shifting something.
What do you mean?
Like, for example, you would start your day with something. Like you change your daily routine.
Oh, like
Because of your religion.
routine, okay.
Maybe I'm not sure if it's like a thing.
I mean, that would be like prayer, right?
Yeah.
Would that be like intellectual, I guess?
There's some obsessive thing. I don't know. Maybe. Oh, donations? Like
Oh, yeah,
to the
donation.
poor.
I guess it's material
Like-
offering. I'll add it.
Yeah.
Donations. I think the Gathering Blood would make for like a really interesting play style. To where you're like you bloodlet your followers, then use their blood to make deals.
Yep. Confessions.
Confessions. That's a good one. Confessions.
Exorcism. Like, bring out the juju out of you, the bad
Exorcism.
bad
Okay.
energy. Or maybe better, we can call it Inquisition.
Don't know. What? I don't think that's what that term
Inquisition.
means.
Inquisition.
Inquisition. I don't think that would be exorcism, would it?
No, but it's like it more infers that you go around your followers and ask them questions.
Okay.
Like exorcism is like very specific. It's like if you find one of your followers is possessed.
Mhm.
Let's see. What is it?
Yeah, 1 hour 13 minutes. Thank you, Alex. Just the warning. Okay. We'll have enough time for the jam. I'm gonna be working a lot off of stream. So, yes, hopefully. And I'm also not the only person on the team. We have 5 people, so... I want to get like a game design document done today, which I'm probably going to work on more after stream, after we're done concepting, and then probably get right to work tomorrow. Yeah, I'm really hoping. I just have to manage my time properly and I should be okay.
What about veneration?
I don't even know what
Like,
veneration
you know.
is.
It's like you can call it like avatarism. It's like if you worship the god of war, you need to do acts of war to praise him.
Okay. So like
Maybe we
ritualistic
can-
action?
Yeah, maybe we can call it like that.
What place am I hoping for? I am hoping to finish the game. That is
our
my goal. And have fun doing it. Just be careful, I stay up too late. The heat might melt some of the snow. I hate whenever that happens. Leave my computer on for too long and snow GPU starts melting. Gotta like put it back together. It's always a disaster.
What about flagellation?
Like beating?
bloodletting, but different. Yeah. Self-flagellation.
Like scarring?
Like hitting yourself with a whip.
Ritualistic pain. Or punishment.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
What about Unix?
What about what is Unix?
When you basically self-mutilate.
Okay. I think that's basically I'm gonna keep that the same as like ritualistic punishment. That seems a
Yeah,
bit
I guess.
much.
Yeah, it's more. Yeah, it's generalized. Good.
I think we have a pretty good like base. So
Yeah.
I'm thinking like players will spec into like they can spec into multiple of these or just one of them, and then the different aspects of these will inform the traits that we have for the followers. So
Yeah.
Like, let's say a follower is like a very intellectual person, then they'll be more inclined to read scripture or copy text or research. But if they're like a very wealthy person, they may be more inclined to give material offerings.
I think we can make, like, if we give like a trait to every follower, maybe some of them could be like red traits, blue traits, green traits. Like, you know, green, like wealthy or noble would be green, and some of them would be like hybrid. So we have like someone that really likes happiness. It's like getting happy because he's physical, but he needs his scripture reading. I don't know.
We can have like, we can mix and match traits. So we can have like a, like for instance, for like the ritualistic punishment or gathering blood, those could actually both play into one trait that's like masochist.
Yeah.
And we can have like different traits based on those. So like song and dance could be. Yeah, so we could have
let's just write like 3 traits for each color, and then add like 3 more or 5 more that are hybrids.
Okay. Alex,
No,
what
that's
are
too
you
much.
talking about? If we travel to
One
the
for
moon, then
each.
why haven't we traveled to the sun? Why might argue it's extremely hot, but we've air conditioning. We also spring firefighters, or go at night, when the sun is off. Genius! Why haven't we thought of that? Sorry, what are you saying, Shy?
Each way of worship should have a trait and a few more.
Okay.
Maybe. Something like that. But I'm not sure if we should make a lot of traits or...
I mean...
I'm sorry, my phone fell.
Yeah. We can really have as many traits as we want. Like, the system's pretty modular.
But yeah, the dreaded word is scope.
Yeah. I think that we can have, like, a trait like noble. Which they're going to be more inclined to do, like, material offerings. And that's going to be a green trait. How do I do
And the builder.
material offerings, or yeah, a builder? What would the builder be inclined towards?
Shrine athletics.
Okay. So
Or maybe call it artisan.
could be like an aesthetic person.
Yeah.
And that person would be more inclined towards...
I mean, aesthetic person sounds like a hybrid of every color.
No, because that would be... I feel like that would be a hybrid of specifically these two colors. Green, or yeah, green and blue.
Okay, yeah. Could be.
Because... Whoa. I think that masochist would be like a hybrid of those two. Because masochists, they would want...
To have fun.
No, they would
Maybe
want
call
both
it-
the Gathering Blood and the Ritual Punishment, and then aesthetics would be cool with painting and shrines.
Actually, maybe call it aesthetic. The masochist.
Maybe call masochist what?
Like ecstatic.
Ecstatic?
Yeah.
I don't think that
Instead
that
of
would
saying-
be the correct term. What does ecstatic mean? What do you mean by that?
I will Google it. And
Because a masochist would, like, this is specific to pain.
Relating or involving state. Tests. Give me the definition.
Did you know you can manually control your breathing, coughing, and blinking just by thinking about it? Did you know by saying that in chat, now every single person that heard that is now or not automatically, but manually breathing, blinking, and coughing? You control your eyelids now. You control your lungs. Look what you did, Alex. Look at the pain you've caused. You didn't have to. You didn't have to do this. But you did. And now we have to live with it. Try to do this with my peripheral vision. I'll stare at you guys.
So,
I'll
yeah.
stare at you weird if I want to.
I'm gonna write it in chat. Oh, just. I mean, whatever.
Can't believe you guys.
Other traits, what other traits?
We could
Intellectual-
have, like,
Academic.
yeah, sure. I was gonna put nerd, but yeah, no, that's probably a better term for it. Academic. And they're inclined towards, like, reading scripture, copying text, research. And then we can have, like, oh, this is just deeply upsetting. Hi. Oh, okay, that's fine. Doesn't matter. And then we can have
Hippie.
like prayer, confessions, and exorcism. That would be like spiritual or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're like very inclined towards prayer and confessions and like exorcism.
Hippie. Not sure if it's descriptive enough.
And then, sorry, what was that?
Hippie, but I think it's kind of. I mean,
We can have like a performer.
or a naturalist.
What would a naturalist want?
Song and dance.
Wouldn't a performer want song and dance?
I mean, yeah.
Okay. Performer. You want song and dance.
I mean, naturalist and also like material effects. Or maybe like a historian.
Ooh, historian's good.
But
That
that's
would be
like
like,
kind of like an academic.
yeah, there'd be
ish.
like kind of a different kind of academic, yeah. And then they,
Or they could be maybe red and green. Yeah.
what color combines red and green? Yellow. Okay.
Brown.
We're going that they would like relics. Where are you? Relics and research.
Yeah, this is fine. What else? Feast. How about a cook or a foodie?
Yeah, we could have like glutton. But that would be like very specific.
So something that's physical,
Yeah.
that coincides with feast. Oh, philanthropist or
I think
something
glutton
like that.
works. that what else would a glutton want? A glutton could also do like
I mean,
more
it
material.
doesn't have to be.
Okay, it's fair.
It doesn't have to be. I mean, it could be just blue.
It can just be the one, but
We need some pure blue.
yeah. Okay.
Fanatics47 just followed.
Hey, Fanatics47, thank you very much for the follow. Alex, this is what you think, okay? You don't think it's possible to see your own brain?
I mean, fanatic sounds good instead of glutton.
Fanatic? What would a fanatic want?
Blue stuff.
Blue stuff. Well, what?
Ritual punishments and feast.
Mm. What if we had one that was like a naturalist, like you were talking about, and they want food and like ritualistic action?
Yeah, like going into the woods.
Yeah, then we could have someone that's like scheduled, and they really like prayer and sometimes you need a few fanatics to get the ball rolling. Absolutely. They like real ritualistic action, and then they also like prayer.
Yeah, one of the red ones. Yeah.
Where are you? There we go. And they're gonna be purple. What in the world? Figma, work with me! Okay, and then historian needs to be like way out here. There we go.
Maybe you can put some on the right side.
I think if it's like a mixed color, we're just gonna drag it out a little bit. Figma is being so weird, man. There we are. Okay.
You can change the color of the arrow.
I can?
Yeah, press the arrow itself.
Ooh, yes I can. I'm gonna make all of these green. Perfect. These are all gonna be blue. Blue. And these are all red. Red. That reads a little bit nicer.
Yeah. Need a green one.
Yeah, we
Philanthropist.
need some more green ones. Oh wait.
Fanatic. Ritual sacrifice. Fanatic.
Sure. Fanatic, ritual sacrifice. I almost spelled it like... I almost spelled it like the guy in chat. Oh no. Very funny. You're actually in the game. You really like ritual sacrifice. That's cool, right?
How about someone who's a sage?
Ooh, sage.
No, but it's like academic.
Huh?
It's like academic. It's like saying the historian or researcher. Thing. How about a witch?
Sure, what does a witch want?
She's a green blue.
So a witch, what is she like? Or what do they like? What is the witch?
Green and blue, I don't know. Maybe we'll come up with a new way of witching.
Okay.
Let's go for like 12 traits. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we need another.
We could have like another trade for blue that's like cooking.
Foodie. Oh, okay, I mean like that.
Actually, let's just, instead
this
of
is
painting,
like
let's just do like creation.
Yeah, crafts.
And then we can have the naturalist, like creation and feast. And then we can have a witch, like creation. And come on. Creation. And like
Shrines.
shrines, sure. And then this needs to be blue and also not directly connected.
Oh, and
to
I
the
know
other
what.
one.
I know what archetype we're missing. Soldier.
Okay, soldier.
It could be blue.
I was thinking one for... Yeah, so let's do soldier first. So soldier would be blue, and that would... They would probably do like realist or...
Yeah.
Ritualistic action. And like... Beast, sure.
We should add
Probably
exercise.
ritualistic punishment, maybe.
Yeah, sounds good.
That works. And then we can have like another blue one that's like glutton.
No,
No?
we have almost everyone has 3.
We've a lot of mix of blue and green. We have one mix of blue and one mix of blue and red, and one mix of green and red. Okay, what if we need some more reds? We need like we could have like a writer.
Yeah, yeah.
Or like a
Yeah.
poet.
Poet.
And they really like doing creation because they write poems and then also song and then also copying text and reading scripture.
Yeah. Sounds like a really good trade.
Whoop. The tree's getting a little bit mangled at this point. That's okay. Just need to do a little bit of, come on. Yeah, you. Ah, that doesn't look good. That looks like garbage. There we are. There we go.
Collector. You like research and things.
Collector. We already have one that likes research and relics. That's a historian. The historian can also like
Maybe
shrines.
change to collect. Maybe just change it to collect.
Why?
Because it sounds too much like academic.
It sounds too much like what?
An academic.
Okay. Poet would be purple. We need one more like actual. We need one more like green and one more red. I feel like.
So instead of dealing, let's put it in a table and see how many we have each.
So we have,
or maybe how many traits for each way of worship or something.
material. We have academic. Actually, I feel like it'd be easier if we add another row. It's just going to be an empty row, and then we need to move these over. Let me copy that. This is intellectual. So we have academic, which is intellectual. Oh, come on, let me grab this in the middle, okay. And we have spiritual. We have collector, which is both intellectual and material. We have poet, which is intellectual and physical. We have scheduled, which is intellectual and physical. Then we have performer, which is physical. We have naturalist, which is physical. We have soldier, which is physical. We have aesthetic, which is physical and material. We have masochist, which is physical and material. We have witch, which is physical and material. And then we have fanatic, which is just material, and then noble, which is just material. So in total we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for intellectual, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8 for physical, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we have 6 for material, 5 for intellectual, and 8 for physical. So we probably need a few more in, or a couple more in intellectual and a couple more in material.
And we need to maybe check, let's see. I mean, I think maybe we need like a balanced number of hybrids, or to see that we have hybrids across every combination.
We have hybrids of every combination, but yeah, they're definitely not even. We need... one more... I think we have hybrids of every combination. Yeah, we have material. Yeah, we do. We don't have one of that has every combination, because that'd be interesting, but... So we have collector, which is intellectual material. And we have potent schedule. Yeah, 2 more straight in, then 1 in material. That's a good idea, yeah. And then what's going on? So currently we're working on the design for the Pirate Software Game Jam. The theme is It's Spreading, and our team decided to go with a, like, religious spreading interpretation of that theme. So right now we're working on like the base mechanics. Basically, our idea is the player is the prophet for a new god. Their goal is to gain a following and of the entire city so that they can summon their god. They only have a few actions to start, and as they get more followers, they have more power. Followers, we're kind of designing that system right now, to where followers have needs, and those needs are affected by traits. Cult of the Lamb but Pirates. No, it's a pirate software game jam. Cult of the Lamb-ish, yeah. Trying to think of other combinations that we could do.
What did we say we need more? Materialists?
We need more academic or intellectual and material. And we need more combinations of intellectual material.
Okay. Maybe let's try to come up with 1 or 2 more ways of worship for both and stick it with a few traits.
That's not a bad idea. What other intellectual ways of worship could we think of?
How about gardening for material?
Sorry, what was that?
How about gardening for
Gardening.
material? Or landscape. Or it could be landscaper.
How would that be a way of worship?
That's what do you mean? If we worship the land, the nature, if our God is a natural one, we need to enlarge its realm. Or we need to plant the specific flower that symbolizes him.
Oh, I like that. Okay. So, like, specific plants? I don't know. Plants that signify the deity, so it's an apologist type thing. I'm not sure if I'm familiar with what you mean by an apologist thing. Like, religious gardening, sure.
Yeah, we'll find a cool name for it, you know.
I feel like
We
the
can call it
naturalist
the-
would want to do that, though.
That's okay. The naturalist likes green stuff. No?
Well, now we have another. We have another
So let's
turquoise.
just think. So no.
Ooh.
So maybe make it not a hybrid.
I don't know what to name it. We're just gonna keep naturalist. I'm just gonna keep. I'm gonna add like. No, I'm gonna call it materialist. Heck yeah, materialist. Religious gardening and also relic and material offerings. How about that? And also, we'll throw in ritual sacrifice for good measure. How about this can be like farmer?
Yeah. Without the rituals.
Like the farmers can offer like their crops and also their livestock. So like ritual farming and also like ritual sacrifice and material offerings and religious garden.
Good.
I'm gonna call it cultivation.
How about alchemy in intellectual?
Okay. Alchemy.
And it could be like maybe a brewer.
I feel like the witch would want to do that
Oh.
instead. So we could. I'm gonna change the witch up.
Yeah. She can be green, red.
Yeah, I think that the witch would want to. The witch can do alchemy, and also religious gardening
Mm-hmm.
to like get that stuff, religious cultivation. And I move this around. And then the witch can also do alchemy. And so spiritual, we can call this person like a shaman. Which a shaman would do like,
I mean, spiritualist is better.
okay.
It's generic.
Well, I was thinking that this person could
Gosh.
also like. No, I guess that's fine. I'm gonna call this person a priest. Or like,
No.
no, that's not good. Yeah, spiritual, we'll call it. That's fine.
Spiritualist.
That's fine. Okay.
Let me just look up archetype names. Okay.
Wait, do I have 2 arrows? I do. Oops.
Oh, how about the red one? It's called a mentor.
What does a mentor do?
He likes research. And scripture.
Well, that's just an academic. I'm pretty happy with I'm pretty happy with like the materialists now. Now we have 2 yellows. Literally all we need is 1 intellectual, and then we have everything balanced.
Let's try to see what red ways of worship are less used.
So wait, so Texan Droid said, apologists are the people that argue for their faith based on logic and tenets of faith as a means of convincing others to join. They differ from preacher/teacher in that they don't necessarily lead a group, but preachers and teachers usually are apologists. Okay, so that would be interesting, actually. Wait. Maybe we have like an apologist up here, and they research, and then also what does the academic do? Just the academic. The academic does 3 things. The academic does scripture reading. Here's what's confusing. There we go. Okay. That's why it's confusing. So the academic does reading scripture, copying text, and research. We can have like an apologist here. Apologist. And the academic, or not, the intellectual, and the apologists. They do research, reading scripture, and prayer. What are your thoughts on that?
Solid.
Alright,
I think
awesome.
we're good.
Let me change the colors! No, come on! Big Ma, work with me. There we go. Okay, we have this giant diagram. I'm gonna update this. The witch is now a intellectual. No. No, what is the witch? The witch is an intellectual. Is she? She is. That means I'm gonna move her up here. And then we have a new one, which is farmer. Which is just material. And we moved someone. Oh, that was the witch was moved away from there. What was the new one we got? Let me just academic apologist. Apologist, and they're just intellectual. Awesome, okay. One, two, three, four, five. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, yep. Should be all of them. Perfectly balanced as all things should be. Yes. Okay. Pull up the Swift feature. I think we have a pretty good idea of what we want for the followers. Ooh. Now we kind of just need to figure out what the core, like, how is the player going to interact with the followers? And how are the followers going to interact with each other, and how is the religion going to actually grow? Because we kind of have we have some building blocks. Like, we want there to be resources, a happiness level that are affected by different events. We want the purpose, which is this entire trade system, to coincide with the follower. And then we also have ways that they can worship. Okay. We got a lot done.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna head out.
Okay. Have a fantastic night. Thank you so much for joining.
I think we got a lot done. I think you can take it from here.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna probably work on like a more formal game design document and try to actually test the mechanics. So we have like the structure kind of that we want. So I'm gonna try to hash some more things out. Yeah, thanks so much for coming.
Yeah, for sure. It was great.
Okay. Have a good night.
Bye. Good night, chat.
Okay, and then I think I'm actually going to end stream as well. So, thank you guys so much for watching. I'm going to be back on Tuesday at... I actually need to look at my calendar. My stream schedule's a bit weird on Tuesday. What? Tuesday, I'm going to be there, or I'm going to start streaming at 12:30, and it's going to end at 2:30. So it's going to be a really short stream. That's going to be my time. So that's 1:30 PST and 3:30 PST. I can do math. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for sticking to the end, and yeah.
The script technique
Oh no.
redeemed forced
You
exercise.
son
10
of a
burgers
bitch!
right now.
Okay, God. Wait. Give me a moment. I don't have the camera actually set up for that. Give me a second. Hey. Okay, wait, I need to do it. I need to do the redemption. And then we will do it. Sorry, I'm talking directly into your ear holes. Because my mic is right here. I can't believe you. You suck. You suck. Wait. Okay. Nope. My piano's in the way. Oh. Okay. I need to turn it on. 10 burpees. You suck. Okay, so camera all good? We're good. Okay, we're on. Squat, jump, down, push up, squat, jump, down, push up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, wait, 7, 8. My ability to count is failing. 9, 10. Okay. I don't care if my form is off. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. I'll be back Tuesday. If you guys want to follow the stream, I would really appreciate that. See ya!